That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
Sneak attack.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, you like to do that.
I was like, oh, shoot. It's 7 o'clock.
It's 19.
And I forgot to do the countdown, so now we got to wait for people to join.
Oh.
So,
well, while we're waiting, we might as well. Huh?
Follow all those that support us. What are you up to?
He's only done 11 videos since I
I'm going to fish in the rain tomorrow.
That's about time you go fishing.
He's irrelevant now. We have nobody watching yet. Hey, Fuchs, get in here, boy.
Well, he may not. This is the end of baseball season.
Yep.
Oh, is he playing?
Things are going. Right? He's right there. He said, "Good evening, good evening, David Fuchs. How are you?"
Oh, did he?
Yeah, nice to see you.
Ah, David Fuchs.
David Fuchs.
It's so nice to see you, my friend.
We all know it's his Friday ritual to have a game and Fishing Friday Live pulled up. So like Pete said, thanks to everyone that supports us on this show. And we talked about it during our last Fishing Friday Live, but get ready for a Bubba Fish Scale giveaway coming up here in the next little while.
Other stuff.
Yeah, and some other stuff. Pete's he could probably afford to give 20% of his garage away and never even know it was missing.
No way, bro.
But you worked hard for that stuff, so I mean, don't give it all away.
I was trying to get stuff together for tomorrow, and I realized I need stuff.
What do you need?
I don't know. Sure, something. No, it was the first time where I was grabbing stuff and nothing was like low to where I was like, man, I got to restock that. So I did a restock on a few things here in the last couple months.
You know what that means? About 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be like, nothing's working. I need this. I need this. I need this. I need this.
I continue to carry far more than I'm gonna need.
Absolutely.
I mean,
thank you for saying my name first, David.
Yeah,
first, your last.
That's racist, but it's okay.
That's right.
But yeah, gonna go do a little fishing tomorrow ahead of this hurricane. Our lakes, looks like they're locking it in. Our lakes are gonna get blown out locally here.
Are we getting a hurricane?
Oh yeah, dude. They're talking about up to 24 inches of rain in the Fayetteville area.
When's this happening?
It's gonna hit. It's gonna make landfall Monday morning in Charleston and then roll right up through North Carolina.
I'm bringing it up now.
There's two of them. There's one that's hanging out. It should stay in the ocean, and then one that's going to make landfall.
Yeah, the one turned away from us out in the ocean and is heading towards the UK. The other one is still over the DR. It hasn't actually formed yet, but it's gonna spin up and hit.
I'm bringing up the weather model here.
I guess because of the pressure and everything, they can tell it's gonna form. But yeah, it's gonna be nasty, man. So
it's gonna make the fish bite, though.
Oh, they're gonna bite.
They're gonna
be chewing tomorrow, brah. On the lake that we're going to that I'm not gonna name because I don't want anybody else to go there.
Yeah, Pete and I are gonna have a tournament against each other tomorrow. Winner takes all the pokey bait. Just kidding. David Fuchs asked how the guys are catching them in the MPFL Derby. It's a variety of ways. Hang on just a minute. Go ahead, guys.
Somebody called you? Hey, we're podcasting, whoever you are. Yeah, I think they've been doing a little bit of everything. We're gonna do. Hey, bring them on. Seth Ellis, everybody. Had to be Seth.
Yeah, Seth making moves today.
Yeah, he did.
They've been catching them a little bit of everything. Typical.
Did you ask him how? He should have told us how he was catching them.
I don't want to. I don't want to put that out there.
Give his juice up.
You may be the only one watching, David. You may be. That's okay because this is recorded anyways, and it drops on Facebook.
Dave.
And all
this is the David Fuchs Fishing Friday Live. We're here to answer all of your questions. But yeah, tomorrow looks like it's going to rain the entire time we're fishing. Oh, now they're calling for 70% thunderstorms at 11 a.m. So that's hot.
Yeah, don't be scared.
70, 90, 90. I might just say $8.
So the way that they're catching them, based on what the guys were showing in practice, which they all released it on their social medias, they're catching them flipping, they're catching them on topwaters, they're catching them on crankbaits. They're doing a little bit of everything. In the way that Logan Martin sets up, it's got a lot of water willow in it. It's got a lot of rock and a lot of docks. And it's a current-driven lake, 17,000 acres, give or take. And so it's that traditional fall fishing, man, like covering lots of water. And then when you run into one, you might run into 5, you might run into 9 or 10 of them. Some of the guys on stage today, when they were weighing in, said that you know, they pulled up to a spot. I think Jesse Wise said he pulled up to a spot and he caught 6 in a row, you know, so it really just depends on the areas of the lake that they're fishing. And I think that the lake is fishing kind of big, but certain areas are fishing small, depending on what other competitors have found. So it seems to be a pretty cool event, though. David Fuchs, you can relate it to Lake Norman style weights, outside of a couple of those unicorn bags that were weighed in. But yeah, I mean, our buddies are down there grinding it out, man, having a good time, I think.
Which they weren't really unicorns, because you get 1 or 2 of those at a Norman event too.
That's true. 17 pounds, 1710, I think, won last year on Lake Norman's event. And Canterbury dropped a 17-pound, 5-ounce bag today. And Ron Farrell dropped a 17-pound, 10-ounce bag yesterday. So, yeah, you're spot on, Ben.
Spotted bass lake.
Spotted bass, but there's largemouth being caught, though. And one of the things is the size limit for the fish is 12 inches for both spots and largemouth on that lake. That's why you're getting those 5-pound bags and stuff like that, you know. So,
yep.
Did y'all stock some fish in North Carolina? Wants to know, did y'all stock some fish?
Oh, yeah. Christine wants to know if we stock some fish because she said there aren't any in our lakes.
Well, yeah. Listen to our episode that drops on Thursday.
Yeah. I was just going to say that same thing. Yeah.
We didn't stock any fish, but NCWRC has stocked some fish.
Hundreds of thousands of fish.
We helped pay for those fish.
We do pay for some of them.
That's what I said. We helped pay for those fish.
Oh, yeah. Fishing licenses. David Fuchs and Christine Fuchs, you guys also helped stock fish in North Carolina by buying your NC fishing license.
No license money went to that. That was all federal grants and then direct donations from anglers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. You guys still help. You didn't catch them, so they're still in there.
But they're up to $1 million, I think. They've stocked over the last. Yeah, he said
they just hit the $1 million mark since 20. Was it 20? Wow, watch the show. You'll get all the info. We're not going to give you all the juice.
Yeah,
you gotta go pay attention. I'm throwing top water for 12 hours tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter.
David Fuchs, you should come down here and win this thing on Lake Norman. That'd be fun.
Yeah, David Fuchs. Why you keep messing around?
And then you can put the trophy in the one cast podcast room, the talk. That'd be cool. We get it for a year.
It's gonna be hard to win it when I'm winning it.
Oh man, here we go. Let's see. I'll be at Lake Norman when that hurricane comes through. Plenty of docks there to hide. Speaking of an update,
I did request that Wednesday off though, so I'm going to go practice all day that day too.
I will be there.
Yeah,
I will be there. You will not see me, but I will be there. Didn't we give you enough stuff already? What do you mean stuff? What you talking?
Yeah, they gave us our sweet metal sign.
Oh yeah. I thought he meant like fish. Yeah. We got the sign hanging over the entrance door, and Pete got a bunch of Iconelli beer from you guys. I sent you that text about the crayon beer for our fellow Marine Corps hoorah friends. So yeah, it should be a good time. Mike Johns, he's not on here right now. He's getting ready to fish the BFL Super Tournament on I call it the St. Michael Johns River in Florida starting tomorrow. He seemed to be on a pretty good pattern. Yeah, David, it's called traumatic brain injury. 20 years of it. You're welcome. I forget what happened 10 seconds ago.
You're welcome for Trey service.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome for mine. I'm gonna start patting myself on the back. I don't ever do that either.
Hey, it's piss poor dog don't wag its own tail.
But a quick update for those of you, and obviously this is going to be recorded, but Take a Warrior Fishing, our kayak event for tomorrow, is postponed until further notice. And so there'll be some future information that comes out that was already moved from a pond to Lake Wheeler. Lake Wheeler is extremely low. We're getting some pretty bad weather in the area tomorrow, so that's going to be postponed. So if you were planning on attending as a kayaker or as a service member or veteran, make sure you check your socials and your email, because every single one of you are on that email chain for that event being postponed. Over. What's that? He said Pete and Ben are going to go first from now on.
And then
make Pete's head even bigger.
Sign up for our 1 November event if you're in the area. Trying to break a record, so we have the most ever pre-registered boaters, but we want to get even more veterans out. So we need more boats. So if you're local or within a couple hours, come fish with us on Sharon Heritage. It's a multi-species event. You can go out and catch whatever you want: crappie, catfish, bass, panfish, carp. I mean, whatever. Just come fish with us, man. This is the event that started off for warrior fishing. We get a lot of warriors who have never fished that come to this one just because it's not pressure. They don't see bass tournament and get intimidated or anything. So the more we can get out, the better. Trey and I will be there running around as safety / camera / whatever you might need boats. I'll probably catch a couple crappie too. I'm just saying, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, and then we're backup boats in case any boaters have issues and we got to get a warrior out. So looking forward to that one. And then quick turnaround, we head to Gaston that following Wednesday for SOBA.
Lake Norman?
Norman for SOBA. Yep, Lake Norman down there in Charlotte area of North Carolina. So come fish with us on that one. That's a great event. That's a team tournament. Entry fee. Money goes to a Gold Star family. This year it's going to Shannon Kent's family. Her husband, Joe Kent, is now serving with our Department of the NTC. It's a National Terrorism, whatever center, whatever it is.
National Counterterrorism Center.
Yeah, NCTC. That's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's been having a back and forth with a bunch of senators. So that's been fun to watch. They've been trying to explain terrorism to him like that guy doesn't know all about it. Yeah, gonna help his kids hopefully raise some money for their family to help get them through school and everything. But they pick a special operator every year that has passed on to support the family. So if you have suggestions, I believe there's a nomination on the form on their website. You can go in there if you know a family or somebody that you would like to see honored. They'll start taking those for next year. So do that. And if you can come fish. We can probably squeeze a couple in the house that we're staying in, at least one more couple, maybe, if we like you, especially. No weirdos that we don't know, please. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to come, we can help you find arrangements. It's a really, really fun event. And we're going to be there, like I said, Wednesday through Sunday. So we'll fish practice Wednesday and Thursday, fish the tournament Friday, and then we fun fish Saturday and part of the day Sunday, and then roll on back for us. And then for us, Trey, we got a short week again because we turn around and head to Lake Gaston. They're putting on a little meeting weekend for us at the Kennison Ranch as board members with Take a Warrior Fishing. So we got to go up there and do some annual meeting stuff. Kennison Ranch is owned by a retired Navy SEAL who runs a 501c3 out of there. They do some hunts and stuff. So he has donated his place for us to stay and meet for a few days. So we're going to go up there and fish, do some meetings. So that's going to be a good one. I need that break because I will be off work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, and then Tuesday's Veterans Day. And I'll go back Wednesday, Thursday, and then roll to Gaston Friday. So
yeah, it'll be awesome.
Assuming I still have a job, I'll be at Gaston or Norman for that tournament, but we don't need to talk about that here.
Yeah. Pete'll be on in the unemployment line on Tuesday morning.
Might be. Well, I won't know. I probably won't be the first one they call, but we'll make our way.
They'll keep you in suspense all day long.
Yeah, we'll make
It's
our
all right.
way to Norman for that one. But yeah, looking forward. I don't care. We're going to Gaston tomorrow. If you want to come, $20, you can fish against Trey and I, and we'll try to take your money.
Hey, I did want to bring something up before we dive into anything else. This is this will probably be near and dear to the Fuchs's heart. Although it's not the lake that you guys take your annual trip to, which I don't want to name the lake because I don't want people knowing, but you take a trip annually to Maine, and on the 23rd of this month, so 3 days ago, the Maine Wildlife Resource Commission, or DNR, whatever it's called, enacted a emergency rule to eliminate largemouth bass from a specific lake, and I can't even say the name of the lake because it's so weird. Oh, MDIFW, that's what they are. West Musquash Lake in Washington County, Maine, has an invasive species of fish, which is largemouth bass. And much like we've talked about before with North Carolina fisheries and the introduction of the Alabama spotted bass and other non-native species, the same thing is happening up there in Maine. And so their guidance is exactly the same for spotted bass here in North Carolina. Like, they want them completely out of the water. Yep. So I know we've had that conversation before, David and Christine, but it seems like Maine has taken a pretty hard stance on largemouth bass. And they said that it has nothing to do with migratory birds or birds in general moving from water to water and taking eggs with them. It has nothing to do with the fish being able to swim upstream, if that, or downstream or upstream, whatever. If that was the case, smallmouth would have been able to do it. Largemouth can't. So they boil it down to people are transporting fish. So Maine, we're going to give you some love here on the one cast. And, if we got any listeners in that area, like, make sure you're not transporting any fish, because it's a huge fine in Maine. It's like $10,000 and probably jail time and much more. So just, bear in mind, like, hey, these guys are taking it very seriously, as we always talk about. Like, make sure you do your due diligence and just don't add fish to lakes that don't belong there.
Yeah, I mean, don't be a bucket biologist. Just because you can go out and catch more fish doesn't mean you're doing any good for anybody or anything. Like, yeah, it's frustrating to see resources get destroyed by selfish people.
And they're not concerned, like, how we're concerned here in North Carolina about our largemouth bass population and other things like that. They're concerned with landlocked trout population, right? So they talk about, they're not concerned with smallmouth, but they're concerned that the largemouth eat so much fry and trout eggs and things like that. And so, they have a reason to be concerned for sure. So I just wanted to bring that up. I thought that was interesting news from Maine. And then a news update from North Carolina. Following Hurricane Helene, we had our hatchery up in the west, which hatched brown brook and rainbow trout. It was destroyed by Hurricane Helene. And it looks like North Carolina is making some headway on that, like, $1.38 billion project that has impacted the trout fishing in Western North Carolina. So it looks like these guys are moving forward and getting that thing back online. So that's really good because, Western North Carolina has beautiful waterways. And a lot of people love to go up there and fly fish and fish in general and stuff. So looks like good news coming out of the Western North Carolina. Now, hopefully this hurricane that you just talked about, Pete, has zero impact on anything for Western North Carolina.
Yeah, I hope so.
No, it looks like it's not even really going to make landfall.
It's all right, good.
You're looking at
like stop and back off and then go away. But
which one are you looking at?
The GFS model.
Yeah, that's not what pretty much every other prediction is. I mean, they're talking up to 24 inches of rain locally here over.
Did you
over
not
that 3-day
listen?
period.
It's going to sit off the coast and then back off and then go out to sea. So, yeah, I don't.
We do need rain. I will say that
it has been pretty dry. I was thinking about that. Let me run this again.
And Pete brought up a good point before we started the show. Next weekend, I'm supposed to, as a substitute, fish one of the lakes here for Elevate Outdoors Championship. And if that comes, it's going to blast those waters, which won't upset me at all because after the fact, when the water stabilizes, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. It's on Jordan. So Jordan could get blown out. They could close the ramps down.
Like which model you look at, the European and both have, and the American weather model both have basically sitting off the coast of South Carolina.
Yeah.
But it just depends on those bands. So the European does have it making landfall around the South Carolina, Georgia border. So it just kind of depends on those bands.
Yeah. What's up, Tim? Thanks for jumping on tonight. Tony Parsley, thank you for jumping on tonight. David Fuchs and his wife. I don't know who else jumped on, but yeah. So what else is going on in the world of fishing or the outdoors or anything like that you guys want to talk about?
I was just looking. I wasn't seeing a whole lot. I even Googled bass in news to see if there's any other news. There's not a lot going on.
Well,
no, it's that time of year. Things get slow.
Yeah. I mean, we're moving into holiday season, man. I mean, Walmart literally has Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas decorations all put out in the store.
Oh.
So
a new this came out yesterday.
What is it?
Enoxone, a hydrolyzed component of a Chinese herbal medicine, has shown efficacy against Flavorobacterium columnara in largemouth bass.
I don't even know what any of that means.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate your cussing on this show.
That is apparently is that what caused one of the oldest diseases in warm water fish?
Well, gosh, I hope that's not the case.
No, it shows like whatever, this herbal medicine apparently helps defeat that disease.
So we got a cure for bass COVID.
Basically.
Bass
I
COVID.
have no idea why
Nice.
they'd be studying this.
Hey, who knows, man?
They study all kinds of weird stuff.
Well, okay, this is why they study it. I guess there's largemouth bass in China.
China has largemouth bass?
Part of the aquaculture, freshwater aquaculture, since
China
introduction from the early 1980s.
What?
Apparently, it's got because of tender flesh, high protein, rapid growth rate, short reproductive cycle.
You want a
Robust
special
tolerance.
Special video of my tackle. Let me see if I can join from my phone. I'll walk out there and show you my.
Yeah, Pete's gonna do a bass cave tutorial while Ben's talking about China bass.
So China bass are farmed. They farm
That doesn't
largemouth
surprise
bass
me.
in China. And it's
Do
become
they have
popular.
lasers on their head too?
So it says the fish has become popular due to its delicious taste, rapid growth, strong disease resistance, and leading to a large and growing industry that produces hundreds of thousands of tons annually.
Dang.
Can I send this?
China's like the world's largest producer of farmed largemouth bass.
That's insane. So we actually don't have Florida strain. We got China strain.
I guess so.
That's interesting. I wonder if they move them over to like Japan and stuff like that. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, David Fuchs said, just don't give them Tylenol during the spawn. True story. True story. Oh, man. Tim, you're absolutely right. It does look like a Bass Pro Shop in Pete's garage. It's packed all the way to the lid and some with fishing tackle. Oh, Pete's garage. There you go.
Oh, I'm about to walk out there.
All right, Pete's gonna make sure everyone has clothes on.
Apparently, there's also two new species of bass.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's if y'all go to our episode that Ben talked about. It's gonna drop this next Thursday. It's with Seth Michael, our good friend who's a biologist here on District 5, I believe. He talks a lot about just obviously fishery biology and stuff like that. But one of the things he didn't say on the show is, I don't think he said it on the show, is like new species of bass are constantly popping up, and it's hard for them to keep in line what's going on.
Van Dam leads Team USA to the Black Bass World Championship this year.
Oh,
that
that'll
was
be
September
cool.
4th through 6th in South Africa.
Yeah, I think didn't USA win?
Yeah, they won. Somehow they made up.
Yeah, because they were behind on day one.
Yeah.
I think
I guess
Italy was leading it.
Yeah, but I guess they came back.
Yep, they definitely came back. So not sure what Pete's doing here. I think he's going to try to get you guys on a tutorial of his garage. Tim said, Trey, any good rattlesnakes in with the chicken stories? So no, I haven't had a single rattlesnake. In fact, the only rattlesnake that I've ever seen in North Carolina has been on the Cape Fear River when I was doing a 3-day kayak trip from Fayetteville, North Carolina, all the way down to the coast. And I saw like a 4.5 to 5 foot rattlesnake. I haven't had any black snakes or anything like that in the chicken coop recently. And I would know because my wife will tell me, hey, you need to come out here. Here's a snake. But yeah, I haven't seen anything recently. So, and I'm glad I haven't, because those things absolutely annihilate the egg population out there, and they kill chickens sometimes. What you got, Pete? Pete's going to give you all a tour of his bass cave.
Yeah, we got all them big baits ready to go. Bunch of hard baits.
Pete, is your phone on Wi-Fi?
Yep.
Why is your camera terrible?
I don't know. It looks perfectly fine on mine. It's probably your terrible internet.
Is it blurry for you, Trey?
Yeah, it's choppy.
Yeah.
It's just not smooth, but you can still see it. So
you don't need to work on your internet.
I'll tell you right now, Pete doesn't throw those glide baits at all. They're all on the wall.
I've got
for display.
50 in my boat.
Yep, he does.
I've got an entire box in the boat.
Show us something that's on your wall that you've never thrown before.
I haven't thrown. This is the big tater hog, the hog father. I haven't thrown that one yet.
Awesome.
And then I got a black night customs back there that I have never thrown. Right there. It's just a big bait. I've just never been in a situation where I would throw it. But yeah, all the rods strewn up.
All the
rods ready
cachings
for tomorrow. Yeah, all cachings. And then these are all my boxes that aren't in the boat.
I'm gonna grab a drink of water while he's.
It's that Spectrum internet, dude.
You need to turn a Starlink on.
Yeah. David Fuchs said, looks good to me, Pete. Don't listen to the haters. Hey, I'm not hating. I'm just giving you the facts. I know what he throws and what he doesn't throw, what he has thrown and what he has not thrown. Beetle spinners. Christine, I don't know if he has any beetle spinners in his garage. I know I have a couple that are hanging on the wall. I don't ever throw those things, but they work though. Obviously, you catch the crap out of them up there in Jersey land and stuff like that. So my garage is an absolute disaster. I got stuff laying all over the floor. that I need to get put on the wall like Pete has. I still have my wall of shame. But I think it's funny though how a lot of us have, the pegboard wall and stuff like that. We have all those baits hanging on there. But Pete and Ben, have you guys noticed like when you first started like really getting into bass fishing, like you would load like your pegboard wall up and stuff, but then as time goes on and you get really in tune with what you like and what you don't like, at least for me, a lot of the baits that I don't use are just hanging on the wall. They just hang there because a lot of the stuff I use is either in the boat or in my truck or something like that. Have you guys noticed that?
Not for me. I mean, I order, if it's something I like at the beginning of the year or throughout the year, if I need one, I order 10, and then that way I don't have to order them. So like right now I won't have to order anything. Yeah. There's some stuff up there I don't throw. I've thrown and I caught fish on them, but I've switched to other stuff. But I've got an entire, you helped me 2 totes full of stuff that I'm gonna sell eventually that I don't throw.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff on the wall I throw. I just grab it as I need it.
A lot of my stuff, like old Zoom and like old, like the bargain bin stuff from Walmart and stuff, like it's buried behind like a number of soft plastics on my wall. Like it'll probably never see sunlight again. So that means like whenever I do take a break from fishing, which is usually never, I need to pull all that stuff down and, just sanitize everything and figure out, because that's a great way of like,
in the garage.
What's that?
So I'm reading all these comments I couldn't see. I need a Wi-Fi booster out in the garage.
Oh yeah. Get the mesh system or whatever.
That's what I need.
Christine says she's going to be shopping in your garage, Pete.
Come on. Tim said, if you had to start your tackle box with one lure off the wall, what is that bait? Are you talking like anything, soft plastic or hard bait, or are you just talking hard bait?
Just one bait.
He said lure, so I'm trying to get a specific. If it's any bait off there, I'm just going to grab a pack of green pumpkin Senkos because you're going to catch fish anywhere you go. As annoying as it is, like I can shaky head, I can wacky rig it, I can Texas rig it. All of those ways you're going to catch fish. If it's green pumpkin Senko or black and blue or June bug, any color Senko really.
But if he's saying one thing, then you'd be like, well, I need shaky heads, I need hooks, I need bullet weights.
Yeah, if you're saying one all-inclusive bait.
It'd be like a crankbait. Yeah. Like a square bill or
probably a
chatterbait
bait for me.
With no trailer.
Yeah, I don't need one. I'll catch them without trailer.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you definitely can. You definitely can.
But one great bait would be good. Spinner bait would be good.
What's that, Ben?
Texas rig trick worm.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
fish
for real.
Deep, you're going to catch a fish no matter if you throw that around.
What is your go-to? A lot of people, what do you say? Don't y'all owe Christine some baits from last contest? Yes, we still do. Actually, they're still sitting in this garage.
So you can't blame me anymore. I was supposed to ship them. Forgot.
No. Here he goes again. E4 Mafia.
Hey,
trying to push that stuff on the senior master sergeant.
You gave them to me to ship, and I failed. And I said, I'm going back off. And you were like, yeah, we ship all the time. I'll just ship it with eggs. And then it still didn't ship.
But yes, they're actually, David, they're actually in a Coors Light. Pete can attest to this. They're in a Coors Light cooler bag. And they're sitting right here in the garage. So I will bring, in fact, they were in your truck when they were down here at Norman last time. They were in my truck and you didn't bring the tackle. That's what it was. So I had half the tackle.
Yeah. It was my fault.
And that's what it was. So, but they're right out here. So you guys will get them when you get to Norman. Yeah, for sure.
It's all my fault. I blame
no,
Trey.
it's
1,000% my fault.
Yeah. 1,000,000,000%. But I was going to ask you guys, Ben, you talked about like just a Texas rig, like trick worm, whatever. But what is your go-to size of tungsten weight or bullet weight? What is your go-to weight? What is your If you were to pick one out of all the sizes, what would it be?
If I had to pick one to fish anything, like for me, it's 3/8.
Okay.
It's either a quarter or 3/8.
Dang, that light, huh? You guys are light. Okay.
I mean, there's no.
I'm a half
You know
ounce
how
guy.
fast a quarter ounce tungsten like trickworm drops? Like,
Yeah.
It's
I'm not
super
saying
streamlined.
like just a trick worm. I'm just saying like what's your go-to like tungsten weight that you just I'm a half ounce, right? Like it's
I mean,
almost
look,
like half ounce with everything for me though.
I mean, I'll be
The
honest.
only,
I go through an 1/8 ounce the most.
the only
ya?
reason, yeah, me too.
You know, if I'm fishing grass and stuff, using the speed worm, I use an 1/8 ounce most of the time.
The only
Yeah.
reason I have gone to a 3/8 is because, like Trey, 99.9% of people throw a half ounce all the time. And I feel like fishing behind people, I get a few more bites, so it's just a little bit different fall because they see 400 half ounces in a day, and a 3/8 is just a little bit different. It's not a huge difference, obviously, but that's the only reason I started going with a 3/8. I switched to it, and I felt like I got a few more bites, so I've just stuck with it. But
I feel like around here for most of our lakes, the half ounces, like you're not going through that much cover most of the time.
Yeah.
Like,
there's places here you absolutely need a half ounce. Like that quick fall rate makes a huge difference. Jordan Lake's one of them, for instance. I've spent enough time out there flipping bushes when it's up there that you'll get outbit with people 4-1 if you're flipping a half ounce and they're flipping a 3/8 or anything lighter. For some reason, when they get up in those bushes, they like a really fast fall.
Yeah, and
But
I think
just fishing the lay downs like normal pool, I like a 3/8.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons I like the half most of the time is because if I'm throwing a smaller bait, like a rage bug, you know, like a really small craw bait, a 3/8 will work. But when you're fishing a lot of like really thick water willow, especially on places like Gaston, Jordan has it, obviously, Falls has it for sure. And you're throwing that Nighthawk, like the way that bait is now, man, you could say the same thing about pegged and unpegged, right? Too. And you know, Shaw Grigsby's huge about pegged and unpegged. He likes to throw his craws, and I think he punches, to be honest with you, with an unpegged, like 3/4 ounce, ounce and a half, 2 ounce weight. Because he's all about like, hey, I want that bait to make a better presentation as it falls down. But yeah, half ounce is my go-to. What did Tim say? He said of all the knockoffs,
Make their version of a Cinco. What's the closest in your opinion? So if there's no more Yamamoto Cinco, for me the closest is the Yum Dinger, in my opinion. As far as like fall rate and everything, that I get equal success on those two. But
no.
I like the Mr. Bates 48 better.
A lot of times I find a bunch of the independent, like small guys have like.
Yeah, the biggest problem with them is their colors usually suck because they just don't make them the right way.
The thing with the Dingers is, I mean, they are so much tougher, which is great. But you know, for durability, but they're not nearly as soft as Yamamoto's.
Yeah, that softness doesn't matter when you're flipping a stick. I've never found it to matter.
I
get just as many bites on the Yum Dinger as I ever did on a Yamamoto.
I like the Yum Dinger in the spawn because of that hard plastic. I feel like you just don't burn through as many. I don't do the whole like what is that thing, that little rubber ring and stuff. I don't do that. I put my bait or my hook right through the bait itself. Just something I like to do. But anyways, that Yum Dinger, like it just holds up. Same thing with the what is it? The Strike King worm? Is it? Yeah, the Strike King stick bait that they have. That one's pretty tough plastic too. But yeah, Yamamoto's, man, like they're just. Now, he asked about knockoffs. I don't think 6 cents is a knockoff, but it's definitely a stick style bait. That is my absolute favorite. If you were to say stick bait, that's my favorite stick bait. Is the clouts, man. Those clouts are really soft. They're just a little different than your normal one. But I think at the end of the day, when you're fishing for fish like that, like I'm not so sure how much of a difference it makes. I don't know though.
I don't think it does. I've thrown just about on. You know what's funny is I've got 7,000 clouts. I've never caught a fish on one.
No kidding.
I have zero confidence in them. But the
Wow.
Dinger I've caught as many as I've caught. The one that I've caught the most fish on is the 48, which is missile baits version. That's my go-to stick bait. It's just a little bit different shape. It's salted. It's soft. It does a really good job. So that's been my go-to for quite a few years.
Tim asked why is Senko so much softer. So each company is going to be different. It's based upon their plastic recipe, but Yamamoto's got a lot of salt in them.
A lot of salt.
So
yep,
that is why it's softer. I mean, because that salt is cheaper than plastic, so it is a filler. So like they're using less plastic material to make their baits, but it does make it a whole lot softer, and it does affect how it falls and all because the composition and density is different. So.
Mm-hmm. And dude, you really like, I don't have a deal with Yamamoto. I don't have a deal with any like soft plastic bait company, right? When it comes to that kind of stuff, dude, those baits are expensive. They are super expensive. And if you want to do that, and David Fuchs says we don't need a fast fall up in mud puddles. And David, you bring up a good point. You know, people that fish like a lot of tidal fisheries where there's a lot of mud flats and stuff like that, like, you may want to throw a 3/8 or a 1/4 ounce or something to where you're not literally like burying yourself in the mud like a fiddler crab. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to save money on like just stick baits, it's outside of going like maybe a local guy or something that will pour them for you. One of the best ways to do it is grab those big like 50 count bags from Bass Pro Shops because they make stick baits, or they have stick baits too. So if you're not trying to
where they have theirs made is where a lot of other people have theirs.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. In fact, I think Ott Defoe, when he was fishing the Potomac this year, I think he won that tournament. Is it the Potomac or the James? I can't remember which one. It was one of those.
Yeah.
For the BPT, but he was catching everything on a Bass Pro Shops green pumpkin, maybe watermelon flake. Stick bait. Now, I don't know if he filled that bag in with another manufacturer, but it looked, I mean, he's pretty exclusive with Bass Pro, so I can't imagine he would do that, but he might. But he had that big old bag of them, dude, and he was just pulling them out one after the other and then destroying them. David Fuchs, my biggest confidence bait is a one cast fishing weedless Ned and not kissing Ben's butt. We'll address the second part first. How Air Force of you to say that second part. And the weedless net head is deadly, dude. It catches them. It absolutely. I smashed him on Norman last year with that thing. What Tim say? What is that? The tiki sticks? What's a tiki stick? I never heard of it. What's up, Jeff? Jeff Warner's on. Happy Friday.
Wave worm tiki stick. They still make them, it looks like.
Do they?
Yeah, it's stick bait.
Here's a trick for guys, especially if you're fishing in the Carolinas. Right now,
they got a ton of like ribs in them.
Oh, yeah, do they?
Yeah, I see them. Yeah, I'm searching on. There's only 3 packs left.
So you guys want to, if you've never fished a stick bait on a shaky head, it is a great way to catch fish, right? Like, you know, you got a lot of guys out there like me and Ben and Pete will throw, you know, big, you know, whatever style worm that they're throwing in the summertime, like big bull worms or, you know, ribbon tail worms or 6 cents. It doesn't matter. But this time of year, all times of year, but especially this time of year, like that shaky head has very little action with a stick bait on it. And it's like an oversized Ned rig, right? That's really what it is. And so it catches so many fish, man. So if you don't throw, like my favorite is like a 3 right now. Okay. Here's my 3/8 story right now. When these fish are sliding up, feeding on these shad on these flats and stuff like that, before they move into the real winter pattern on the vertical stuff, right now is a great time to take a stick bait, put it on a 3/8 ounce shaky head in 3 to 10 foot of water and just drag it past them, especially on a cloudy day when they got their bellies in the mud, man. It really does the trick. Obviously, it's hard to beat like a Zoom style trick worm, but if you don't have any of those, rig up a stick bait on your shaky head, and I mean, as long as you know how to fish, you're going to catch them.
Yep.
What else is happening?
Jeff said he won the Wednesday tournament on Tillery, skipping a Cinco under docks. Old Tillery.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Yeah.
Getting those suspended fish, I bet.
The old man's tournament?
I don't know.
I think it was. How Abshire finished third. He made a post.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Tillery's another great place, man. That place is just that place has got so many fish in it.
Yeah, it can be a lot of fun.
Yep, that's a good spot.
Surprised they were schooling.
They probably are in certain areas. But yeah.
The Stanley wedge, I don't know. I haven't seen a Stanley wedge in a long time.
I don't even know what that is.
I think it was a spinnerbait. I think they just quit making them. Stanley Jigs used to make them. And I'm pretty sure it looks like they're making them again. Well, they have a wedge plus now. Looks a little bit different. Yeah, it was just a spinnerbait. Somebody won a classic on it, I think, and it just was one of those things that took off from there.
Speaking of, go ahead, Pete. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Speaking of jigs, Ben was up at our local spot here in Sanford, Elevate Outdoors, the other day, and there's barely any one cast jigs left on their racks, man. So might need to beat them up and have them place another order.
No, I need to get up there. I went up there a couple weeks ago and I counted, and I need to get up there with my stuff.
What spinner?
On Wednesday.
My spinnerbait's super top secret, Tim.
I just ordered a bunch of those BizBait fall fry spinnerbaits.
Yeah, I've been throwing those for a couple of years. You'll like them, Trey.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna throw them. I'm gonna pair those. Like, I don't usually throw a trailer on the back of my spinnerbait, but since these are a little bit smaller and I may want to float it, or I've never skipped a spinnerbait really effectively under a dock just because it has so many moving parts, but I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna see how it works out. It'll probably get all wrapped up and stuff, but nevertheless, I'm going to pair that with a little missile baits, like a 2.5 inch, like spunk shad, just a straight tail deal, and throw that around, especially, as they're keyed in on this year's hatch of shad and stuff like that. It's a really great bait this time of year. Christina. Oh, what Jeff say? He goes, anytime I can beat the old man, Hal Abshire, it's a good day. Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Tim, lakes for 400 years.
Baits, this time of year, I like the biz baits. Send me some spots to fish on falls in October, please. Just go find brush piles.
Are you a line scoper, Jeff?
Biz baits has a fall fry that I like this time of year. It's been around for a couple of years now. It's a smaller profile. I really like that. In the spring and summer, springtime, I have a very specific booyah spinnerbait that I throw pre-spawn. I don't have one with me, or I'd show it. And then there's a local one that everybody knows about, but I don't talk about. Neither does Trey. That gets bit really well. It's like one of those if you know kind of deals. They're always sold out, so enough people know about them to sell them out at every dang store. But it's a particular hog collar spinnerbait. Probably throw that one the most, like post spawn through the summer, and then this time of year, like I said, that this time of year, my favorite spinnerbait's an A-rig. Honestly, like, in the fall, my favorite spinnerbait is an A-rig, but that fall fry that Trey's talking about throwing tomorrow from BizBaits is a really good fall spinnerbait. I've caught a lot of fish on them. I think they released them 3 years ago, something like that. Blade color,
that
combination.
Yeah,
it just depends on where I'm fishing, and like if I'm fishing around grass up north, I like a gold blade on sunny days. There's just something about a gold blade up there on a sunny day. Down here, gold, silver, depends on time of year. I'm mostly willow blade guy. I think willow blade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for pre-spawn and winter, I like to throw a Colorado blade, a big thumper. But outside of that, I like a willow blade most of the time.
Yeah, blade color and combination. Like I'm not a subject matter expert on spinner baits, but it's definitely one of my confidence baits and one of the baits I love to throw the most. I will tell you that I've had most success. I don't know if it's just because I was throwing it or not. On cloudy days down here, I like a gold blade mixed in with a silver blade, just to break it up. But for the most part, like I'm a willow blade guy. But just like Pete, like it just depends on if you're trying to float that spinner bait or if you need to get it down to the bottom and drag it in the mud. And that could be in 2 foot of water or that could be in 10 foot of water. But they all have their special place in my heart. Cause I dropped a couple years ago, I had 20 pounds for 4 fish and they all came in the pre-spawn in 2 foot of water on a 1/2 ounce spinnerbait, 1 gold, 1 silver willow. And it was pre-spawn, but usually I wouldn't have thrown that in the pre-spawn. Usually I would have had a Colorado blade spinnerbait, but it's the only one I had with me because I was fishing out of the back of somebody's boat. So I guess it worked. I mean, I don't know, so what do you say?
I've never seen anyone throw Colorado, Indiana, or even copper. Wow. Yeah. I've never had any luck on copper blade spinner baits, but I'll answer your next question before you even ask. I'd never throw a trailer on a spinner bait ever. I've never found a situation where I felt it made a difference.
I mean, I've thrown them, but usually, I'm a half and half whether or not I throw a trailer or not, and it's never a big trailer. It's like a 3.5 inch swim bait or something.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with Pete on that. Like I used to throw trailers all the time on my spinner baits. I guess maybe where it could be advantageous is if you were really trying to float a spinner bait at the slowest moving speed you could think of, like over like severely like snaggy timber and stuff. Right. But you can also do the exact same thing with your retrieve and with your rod tip and stuff like that too. And that's where size of your spinnerbait can matter, between a small one, like really small one. Like I have some really small booyah spinnerbaits. I don't think I ever really throw that much, and then, big 1/2 ounce or big 3/4 ounce or 1 ounce spinnerbaits for deep fishing. Right. But I'm with you, Pete. I think, and a lot of guys, they'll say like, well, I need to throw a trailer on it like a paddle tail so my spinnerbait doesn't roll. If your spinnerbait's rolling, well, then you need to tune your spinnerbait much like a buzz bait because it could be bent or your knot is twisted around inside of it that you just don't see sometimes. And I've seen that affect spinnerbait movement for sure.
Trailer works good in the pads. Yeah, it works really, really good in the pads is a frog. That's just me, Jim. I don't throw a spinnerbait in the pads. I'll throw a swim jig. I like a swim jig in the pads. I'm not a big spinnerbait in the pad guy. I'll throw a chatterbait on the front side of them. But I know guys in Florida and stuff really like a trailer in the pads when they're fishing those lanes and stuff down there.
Yeah. I'll fish like on the edges and stuff with spinnerbait. And if it's not super thick pads, I might run it through there. But usually I'm with Pete. I opt for a swim jig.
He said, my favorite spinnerbait in the pads is a frog, David.
Actually,
I can't help myself.
I know
his favorite spinnerbait in the pads is not really a frog if they're biting something else.
If they're
eating a horny toad, he's going to be throwing that thing, which is still a technique I have not mastered, man. That is, I can catch them, but that is just not something that is, and it's such an effective tool, especially when you're fishing, any grass, any pads that are good enough for it. Because there's definitely situations where the frog doesn't work. There's definitely situations where you can't get a buzz bait through that stuff. There's definitely situations where you need a horny toad, right? And then there's certain horny toads that work better than others. And it's really interesting to see how that kind of stuff plays out. Most guys are throwing like your traditional like Zoom horny toad, right?
Or a floating worm.
Or a floating worm. Yeah.
working real slow.
There's way better toads out there than the old horny toad.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
guys,
Horny toad's really good on a buzzbait though. Because of how well or how flat the bottom is, it will be in my boat for Lake Norman. I will skip a buzzbait all the way up underneath the docks. You can guarantee. What David Fuchs said, he goes, Trey and a popar.
I mean, I always
Mike Johnson and a buzzbait. Pete was going to say.
I always have a popar tied on. I actually don't have one tied on right now.
Mike Johns thinks you need eyes on the top of a buzzbait.
He just texted me. He said there's only. He said
I've heard that one
there's
before, Jeff. I've never done it, but I've heard that works really
86 boats in that BFL Super, and he's boat number 75, flight 3. Yeah, I'm not convinced on that, man. Eyes on a buzzbait. I mean, but again, it's that angler confidence thing, right? Mike Johns will tell you there's 2 buzzbaits he throws. That's he throws one that's green and one that's white. You know what I mean? And they're from 2 different manufacturers, but he doesn't put a trailer on his buzzbaits either, Pete.
Man, you could tell Mike John. One of them's an evergreen.
All right, well, there it is.
I'll tell that one. I don't know what the other one was. Yeah, there you go. That thing looks absolutely terrible.
That's what AI came up with.
Probably catches
I mean,
I asked ChatGPT
probably schwacked them on that thing.
Oh man! Hey,
a frog and a spinnerbait.
Hey, have AI make a Gigantopithecus holding a 4-inch spotted bass, and then we'll send it to.
Hang on, where's that photo? I got that photo still. Where's that?
Jeff said, and David, Pete definitely loves a popar. A buddy of mine got me on popars. I had no confidence in them until 2023. So I haven't been using popars that long, and I absolutely love that bait. I actually don't have one tied on either, because I got walking baits and stuff tied on right now, which seem to be a little bit more effective right now, pending the area you're going to.
In the old Whopper Plopper.
Oh, Whopper Plopper, dude. Absolutely.
I got one tied on. That's a great fall bait.
Yep, 100%. Great fall bait.
Like
Jeff said, I like a paddle tail minnow weightless in the pads. Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one, man. Actually, something I learned this year when we were down at Murray was they really like, and I've never seen it used this way, but a weightless fluke. Just drug over the grass mats and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I caught him on that bad boy. Twitch it
like
when
a
you get a
stripper
little
pole.
hole.
I mean, I've had a lot of success throwing a weightless Texas rig Senko.
Yep.
To the and reeling on top of the pads, and then as it gets to the front, just let it fall off.
Yeah.
And those fish will be traveling underneath those pads. Like you can see the pads move.
Dude, I fished with a guy who got me introduced years ago to the old club that I was in. And old timers in this sport, man, they fish very differently than a lot of us that are trying to keep up with the Joneses and stuff and trying new stuff. But I never seen somebody throw a wacky worm in lily pads, like dragging it across the top and just absolutely destroying them on it, dude. Like it was amazing to me. I'm like, that seems like the most inefficient bait in the entire world to fish on top of some lily pads. And dude, let me tell you, he's just like you when he's a 1/4 ounce shaky head, a 1/4 ounce Texas rig, and a wacky worm in a crankbait on like a 5'11" rod with a pistol grip, dude. Like it was amazing to watch him like fish. I'm not going to name his name, but he's a good buddy of mine, man. He still fishes and stuff, and had some great memories in watching him do that stuff. And sometimes those things are the things that are the deal, just is.
Pete, did you throw a Carolina rig this year? Nope. No, I threw a waffle head instead.
Did you throw?
I did
Carolina
throw
rig in one tournament.
Yeah, I didn't. I got one bite on it.
My hook is completely rusted. It's been on my rod the entire season. I have barely thrown a Carolina rig all year long.
Yeah, my hook's probably rusted. I only threw it in one tournament. The other place I could have thrown it, I threw a wobblehead and whacked it on him.
Mm-hmm. Jeff said a trick worm weightless morning dawn. Dude, yes. Yes. Send it to the group, Ben. Can you send it to the group?
Now I gotta put it on my phone somehow. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is savage. Hey, but somebody's boat doesn't have that logo on it anymore. It's all black duct tape right now. So
it'll be all right.
Tracy Fitzgerald.
Right. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure. What I am sure is that we're at an hour right now. We've been rapping about fishing. I'm going to just do a quick roll up for the National Professional Fishing League Day 3. The final stop, number 6 of the NPFL season, is tomorrow. They will crown the champion of that tournament. Of course, they're going to crown the Angler of the Year. Right now, it's looking good for Kyle Welcher. It's also looking good for Patrick Walters. That's like number 1 and number 2 in the AOI race. So if you guys are not doing anything on a Saturday and you want to tune in, go to tmpfl.com and watch the live weigh-in. A lot of those that fish here locally, there's a lot of talent from the North Carolina area that's fishing that event. And, some of them are doing pretty good. Our buddy Zach Burgess is sitting in 26. Our buddy Seth Ellis is sitting in 38th right now. Made a huge move from yesterday.
No worries, Tracy.
And Cole Harris, Josh Hooks, Jesse Wise, Jeff Hodges, Shane Lineberger, like a lot of North Carolina anglers. They're doing pretty well. Our good buddy Josh Watkins is sitting pretty well. It's his final event with the NPFL. And he's not in the Army anymore, so congratulations to him for being 100% retired. And he is now Mr. Watkins. So it's pretty cool to see that event. If you guys never checked out an NPFL event and they come to your area, definitely check them out and check out the weigh-in tomorrow. Like I said before, the kayak event for tomorrow at Lake Wheeler is postponed until further notice. We'll take a Warrior Fishing. So if you're on that list, make sure you check your email for notification. November 1st, Sharon Harris Take a Warrior Fishing event. Come out and see us. Register as a boater. Take veterans out. Multi-species. November 7th. Special Operations Bass Anglers. Lake Norman. Come out. Fish with us. Have a good time. Hang out with the One Cast crew. The Fuchs family. Mike Johns. Ed.
Tater Hog will be there.
Tater Hog's going to be there. Matt McBee himself. He's also fishing the NPFL. I think he's struggling a little bit right now. Got his new boat, so he's probably still trying to figure all that stuff out. But yeah, that's all I got. You guys got anything?
No. I'm trying to make a video of Seth.
Good, brother.
Yes, David Fuchs. 35 more days for me. I turn all my gear in next week, Tuesday. So, all right, guys.
Fine. All right, fellas. Well, have fun tomorrow.
Yeah. Have a good weekend, y'all. And thanks for helping us continue growing the culture of anglers, helping anglers one cast at a time.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.